And now Hashem said, I am going to destroy the whole world and start again. Ay, ay, ay. That sounds like a scary thing, doesn't it, Yeladim? Whew! Destroy the whole world and start again. Well, Hashem said, that's what I got to do. I've got to find who are the good people that will still be good and kind, so that when I destroy the whole world and start again, those will be the good and kind people. And then hopefully, second time around, we will have a good and kind world. That is what Hashem was thinking. Well, there was, lucky to say, one man who was so good, so kind, so excellent. He never would steal anything. He never used to do anything wrong. He was just great. Do you know what his name was, Yeladim? In English, it's Noah. In Hebrew, it's Noach. So this was Noach, and he was so good. Hashem says he was a tzaddik. Do you know what a tzaddik is, Yeladim? A tzaddik is someone who's so good. Noach was so good. He was a tzaddik. And I don't know about the rest of his family. Hashem doesn't really say if the rest of his family is so fantastic or if they're just okay. But because Noach was so good, Hashem says, Noach, I'm going to save you and your whole family. Well, there's Noach and there's his wife. Do you know what his wife's name is? Naamah is his wife. And here are his three sons. They are called Shem and Cham and Yafet. Do you know what those names mean? Shem, Cham, and Yafet. Shem means what? Name. So imagine talking to him. You would say to him, what's your name? And he says, name. And I said, yes. What is your name? And he says, Shem. My name is name. And I said, yeah, that's what I'm asking you. I'm asking you what your name is. And he says, name. And I said, oh, you know what? I don't know what you mean. I'm going to go talk to your brother. What's your name? He says, my name is Cham. Do you know what Cham means, Eladim? Cham means hot. So he says, what's your name? So he says, Cham. They said, and what's the weather like today? He says, Cham. It's hot today. They said, okay, but what's your name? And he says, hot. They said, I'm not asking you about the weather anymore. Now I'm asking you about your name. Hot. I don't know. I'm going to talk to the other brother now. His name is Yafet. You know what Yafet means? Handsome. Oh, wow. You look so handsome. Thank you. And what's your name? Handsome. Nah, that's what I said. But what is your name? Handsome. Okay, let me go back to the first brother. What's your name? Name. What's your name? Hot. Well, that was their names. The do sound a little bit funny to us. But their names were Shem and Cham and Yafet. And they also had wives, but I don't know what the wives' name was. So there were 8 people all together. Noach and Naamah, Shem, Cham, and Yafet, Mrs. Shem, Mrs. Cham, and Mrs. Yafet. And Hashem said, this is the family that I will save, even though I'm going to destroy the rest of the world. I'm going to save that family of Shem and Cham and Yafet. Exactly. Well, Hashem said, Noah, let me tell you how I am going to destroy the world. I am going to make it rain and rain and rain and rain even more. And guess what's going to happen after that, Yeladim? It's going to rain even a little bit more until there is so much water. It's going to wash, wash, wash everyone away. It's going to wash all the bad people. Whoa. It's going to wash all the bad people away. It's even going to wash all the animals away. Oh, no. What are we going to do? We can't wash all the animals away. Well, Hashem had a plan for that as well. So Hashem says, Noah, I want you to build a huge, big, gigantic boat. This boat will be called the Teva or the Ark. Well, it's a hovercraft, so it's like in between a car and a boat. But we're going to pretend it's a boat.
No, I want it.
Okay, you can have it. But I want you to just imagine it, Yeladim, because now I don't have it anymore. But on that boat, all the people are going to live. And all the animals are going to live. And Hashem said, I want that boat to have 3 levels. Upstairs, a middle, and a downstairs, a basement. Upstairs, a middle, and a basement. Well, guess what the upstairs is for? Can anyone guess what's going to be in the upstairs? Not animals, try again. People. People will be in the upstairs. What's going to be in the middle?
Food.
Not food. Animals will be in the middle. And people's food will be at the top of the people. Animals' food will be in the middle with the animals. Well, what's going to be at the bottom then? That is right. I don't know if you heard what Shalva said. What's at the bottom is going to be all the poo. Gross. Because they're not going to have anywhere else to put it. So that's what they're going to have to do. They're going to take it all and put it downstairs. Let's call it the rubbish, but we know that that's really mostly the food. So downstairs will be the rubbish. Upstairs, the people. In the middle, the animals. And downstairs will be all the rubbish. Well, Hashem says, no, I want you and your family to build that big boat. You're like them, do you know how long it took them to build that boat? Wow, a lot of years. It took them more than 5 years. It took them more than 10 years. It took them more than 100 years. 120 years. After all, there was just 8 of them building an enormous boat to hold 8 people and thousands and thousands and thousands of animals. Well, then Hashem said, Noah, the next thing I want you to do is to get all the animals. Now, not all the animals in the world, obviously. I want you to get just some of each of the animals. I want you to get some of the animals. This is how it works. The animals that are not kosher, 2. 1 boy, 1 girl. The animals that are kosher,
7 boys, 7 girls.
Oh, excellent, Shalva. 7 boys, 7 girls. How many is that all together, Yalatim? 7 plus 7, 14 animals all together. So, now, Yalatim, it is time for a test. Do you know which ones are kosher and which ones are not kosher? So if I'm going to tell you an animal, if it's a kosher animal, then you're going to go like this. I know that's only 10, but that'll be good enough, close enough to 14. Then you're going to say like this, lots of that animal went on. And if it's not kosher, only like this, only 2 animals go on. Are you ready? The first animal is pigs. How many pigs went on? 2. Quite right. Those are not kosher, not one little bit. Okay. Next one is cows. How many cows went on? Yep, 14 cows, as many as you could. Okay. Next one is snakes. How many snakes went on? 2. Absolutely.
What about the poisonous snakes?
Even poisonous snakes. Well, 2 of different kinds of snakes. Next one is sheep. How many sheep? Lots of sheep. Next one is how many cockroaches? Only 2 cockroaches. Next one is how many giraffes? Lots of giraffes. Giraffes are kosher. Next one is how many wolves? Not so many wolves. How many donkeys? Not so many donkeys. Donkeys also not kosher. How many mountain goats? Plenty of mountain goats. Mountain goats are kosher. Well, I'm not going to go through all the animals in the whole world, but you get the idea. Well, then, now that Noach and his family had built this enormous boat, they went around and they started getting the animals. And here are the donkeys. Remember, there were 2 donkeys. So there the one donkey comes on, and there the other donkey comes on. And they got rabbits. Here the one rabbit comes on, and there the other rabbit comes on. And they even got birds, because the birds aren't going to be able to go around. There's no trees. All the trees are going to be underwater because of the flood. So you got owls also. Kosher birds, 14. Non-kosher birds, 2. So 1 owl and then another owl. Snakey snake, 1 snake, and then another snake, and wolfy wolf. There, I've actually got 2 different wolves. And 2 different wolves came on to the ark together. And then it started to rain. At first, it was just a lovely little rain. And the people looked around and said, "Oh, I say, what a beautiful rain. I'm so happy. It's going to be good for the grass." But it wasn't going to be good for the grass, was it? Because that was actually their last chance from Hashem. They weren't supposed to say, "Oh, what a beautiful rain." They were supposed to say, "Uh-oh, Hashem is serious about the flood. Hashem is serious about the rain coming to wash everything away." And now the rain has started. And they should have said, "Hashem, we are sorry for all the stealing. We are not going to steal anymore. No way. Now we're just going to be good." But they didn't really say that. And even Noach, I must tell you, Yeladim, even though Noach was top of the pops, he was the greatest, he was the tzaddik, he was so good, he always listened to Hashem. Even Noach wasn't really sure. When it started raining, he thought, is this really going to be a flood? Or did I build the giant boat and get all the animals just for fun? I know, isn't that crazy? You would think that he would definitely take it seriously. But even he wasn't sure. So Hashem said, "Noach," like knocking him on the head. "Noach, wakey, wakey. This is the flood starting. You need to get your family and go into the ark, okay? Into the giant boat." Noah said, "Okay, Hashem, okay." And so off they all went into the ark. And then along came all the animals into the middle. And remember what went at the bottom? Yeah. And then they also had a window up at the top. Up at the top, a window so they could let light in. And they all came inside. And they closed up all the doors. And the rain came. And it was suddenly not just, "Oh, what a lovely rain," but it was suddenly pouring with rain. Like you've never seen it rain before. It was almost like solid water coming down from the sky. And it wasn't only raining from the sky. It was water was coming up from the ground as well. Suddenly, water started popping up all over the place, coming up from the ground, coming down from the sky. So much rain, what are we going to do? And suddenly, people could look around. And the rain was higher than the houses. The water got up was higher than the houses. Then the water had gone up, it was higher than the trees. Look outside your windows. If you've got windows, Yeladim, can you see water, any trees? Imagine. The water went up higher than those trees. The water went up higher than the buildings. The water went up higher than the mountains. It even went up higher than the mountains until the whole world was covered with water. All the bad people were washed away. And the whole world was just Noach and Nama and Shem and Ham and Yafet and their wives and their family were the only ones left sailing along on the boat. And then finally, after 40 days and 40 nights, the rain stopped. And then they floated along on the water in this new world where they were just in lockdown with them and their own family were the only people in the world, and all the animals that they were taking care of, until the next part of the story, when they would come off the ark. But I'll tell you about that next time. Shalom Yeladim. Bye.